Tatiana. So I wanted to pop on here and give you guys this story time. It might be in two parts just because it's a lot to say, and I actually worked with this client for a minute because I had to do certain projects for her over time before I just decided to be done with her. So I am going to label each part as like part one, part two, with the same title. That way you know this is the story I'm talking about. And also, I do want to let you know I am playing a little bit of non-copyrighted music in the background. I'm not sure if it's going to be annoying to you guys, or you're going to be like, I hear music, where is it coming from? It's from me, guys. And then also, I do live near a busy road, so you guys might hear some of the road as well, some beeping, something from the road. And for the story time, I want to make sure that I touch on a few things. That's why it might be long, but I am going to try to speed it up because I watch story time sometimes and I feel like the person can speed up the story time because they drag it out. I'm not dragging it out. I'm not even sure if this is going to make 3 parts because I don't want to drag it out too much. But I definitely want to give you guys part 1. If you guys love these story times or want me to tell you more, because I have some more about different clients and also friends that I have encountered that have been just showing their true colors. I should have been left them alone and all of that. So if you guys resonate, please leave comments down below. Throughout the video, I am going to show you some content on the video. Reason why is because this is a graphic design client and I want to show you what I created for this client. And also, this client has switched her business name, so she no longer has this business name. She has something a little bit more even simpler than what she named those items, and she has several other lines of business. So I feel like this is a very good time to tell the story time because you guys can actually see the content, the name, and everything, and I don't have to block stuff out. So let's get started, guys. So I met this client through mutual family. When I met this client, I actually heard about her a little bit, and everybody was just saying how she was like very passionate about getting a business started, and that she already was selling like hair care products, and she was selling growth oil and brushes. She was selling like combs and more so natural hair related products. I never got to try out any of her products, even though she told me she was going to send me some. But she basically sold them in like hair stores, if they allowed her to, and then also more so small business salons. Like she would walk in and just like promote herself. Either they were like friends of family or just like some business in the Detroit area. So she was from Michigan, and so she would just go around there, kind of promote herself, and then they would allow her to like sell her products there or do whatever she does there, which I thought was really nice. So the only thing she was looking for more so was to get a website so she doesn't have to keep giving them like half of the profits, I guess. So I did not mind helping out this client just because of everything of her getting her business off the ground, and then also she more so wanted to do it for her mom who passed away, and I felt like that was like a really good, nice thing to do. It was not in honor of her mom, but it was more so just to prove she can get something off the ground, like a business, which I'm all for. Now how I got into, sorry guys if it's something on my lip, I like kind of noticed it. But how I got into graphic design was more so like doing it as a hobby. And then she was my first actual client though, but I would kind of free for all and just pick a certain theme and create flyers and things like that. And also I did create like my uncle's engagement flyer, and then another thing I created was my one uncle's birthday. He wanted like a magazine, so I created that for him. And all of the reason why I'm saying like she's the first one to pay me, because my family, I more so did theirs for like no cost, so that's why I'm putting her as my first client. But honestly, I did have experience before her. So when I had first wanted to set up a meeting with her, I really wanted to meet with her on Zoom so we can see each other face to face, and I can show her just some colors and like things, because I really wasn't sure what she had an idea of. And I love pulling up things whenever like clients mention them like certain colors, because I really want them to see this color on how it's going to be like presented on like a picture or a website, because sometimes clients have a color in mind but it does not show up really good for like what they want. Now let me tell you guys what she wanted me to do for her. So she wanted me to create a website for her. The website was going to be like a soft girl website, kind of really elegant for these hair products. And she had blues and whites and blacks in mind, because that's basically what her products, like the design of her products are on the outside. So I was more so like, all right, you know, I can kind of keep it to that. And I was like, are you sure you want the exact blue that's on there? And she was just like, no, I want the blue that changed. I don't really like the blue that they because she had a graphic designer she worked with before, but that graphic designer strictly did her just her logo. And guys, when she told me the price that she paid for this logo, I was just in shock. She spent $300, and I'm gonna put the logo right here. She spent $300 for this logo, and it's not even clear. This is blurry. I was in shock. I was like, oh my gosh, like she definitely got ripped off. But nevertheless, she honestly wanted to go for that color, but she was just like, you know, I wanted to pop a little bit more. So I was just like, I love blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors, and I have a lot of blue things, so I definitely was able to just kind of see what type of blues I had in my head for her. Now, as I'm speaking with her on the phone, there comes a point in time where you know, I'm bringing up the colors to her, and she's just like, oh, do you think you can create me a new logo? So we were talking about the website, and so she just brings that up. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I can probably do like a mock design for her. Now what I was going to do prior to her bringing that up was a mock design website. It was going to take about 5 to 6 days to do that for her, and kind of let her see like what color schemes I was going to go for, and like how elegant I was going to do things. So I'm more so showing her. And then I was not going to charge her for the mock, just because it's not like I created her website yet. But honestly guys, if you guys are in graphic design and you're doing any type of thing for clients, please charge them. Do not waste your time being nice, not charging for mocks and just like examples. Because when I tell you guys, I spent so much time revising things for this client that I really wished I would have charged her each and every time I did anything for her. So yeah, but like I said, I was able to tell her like, all right, you know, I can try to see what new design logo I was going to do for her. And I was like, do you want it similar to your other logo? And she said yes. She basically wanted it pretty similar, but she wanted like the blue to change. So I was like, all right. Now while we were talking about the logo, she moves on to something very personal. So she's like, oh, you know, can I tell you something? So I'm like, yeah. So she's like, oh, I'm really friends with like a lot of my friends' mothers. Do you think it's weird? And I was just like, were you friends with like their mothers before? Like, was your mom friends with their mothers? Like, because that can make sense. And then she was just like, no, like I met my friends' mothers through them. And she was saying how the friends' mothers basically tell them a lot of stuff about her friends. So she was basically saying that if her friends talk about her, her friend's mother tell her. If her friends are hanging out with other friends and didn't invite her over to certain things, the mothers would tell her. And she like literally sits on the phone hours with the mother. So I was like, wow, like I was in shock, and I really didn't honestly have a response for her. I was just like, I mean, it just depends on like your friendship with the friends and the mom. Like, and she was just like, yeah, it kind of gets messy, but I don't feel like I'm being messy being friends with their mom. And I was just like, okay. So guys, another thing came up. She talked about her boyfriend. So she was like, hey, can I tell you about my boyfriends? So my one boyfriend, he wants to get back in my graces. Now, mind you guys, she has a couple boyfriends here, because if she says her one boyfriend. So she's like, yeah, he wants to get back in my graces, but he ended up stealing my stimulus and my PPP loan money whenever we was in a relationship. And I already was supporting him. I was already taking care of him. And I was just like, wow. Like, guys, she did not waste no time. And I am not going to lie, guys. I am the type of person that people tend to open up to. I don't know why and how they do, but they feel so comfortable. Like, if I meet them, it'll be like my first time meeting them. They're like, oh my gosh, like, telling me their whole life story. And I'm just like, OMG. And I'm a private person, guys, so I would never ever open up to people like that. So I was just like, oh my gosh, now this is messy. And guys, I kind of knew from this situation, honestly, how messy she can get. So I should have just kept it moving. But I really was excited to do this website, because if you guys know, I'm in software engineering and computer science, and this is something I do often. I create websites often, literally by scratch sometimes. So I was just like so excited to do this project that I'm just like putting all these red flags in the bucket, and then I honestly end up in the bucket. But this is going to be the first part, guys. Let me know how you like it.